Hey there, fish fans. Welcome to Just Learning Fish. I'm your host, TJ. So glad you're here. I'm not an expert. The purpose of these videos is to learn together. We will have successes and failures. My hope is that the content is informative, educational, and entertaining. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be alerted when new content drops. This helps me create the best content possible for you. And lastly, before we get started, please don't forget to support your local fish shop. Now, as you can see, in this video we will be looking at the Fluval Evo 13.5 gallon saltwater kit and what it takes to get set up to start the initial nitrogen cycle. I have purchased everything myself and will be giving my honest opinion, but again, I'm no expert, so take everything with a grain of salt. Links to products used will be in the description. If I happen to forget to put a link down, please let me know and I will get it added. Alright, let's jump right in. First off, we have the actual Fluval Evo 13.5 gallon saltwater kit. It's a perfect beginner Nano Reef for those just getting into the hobby or a seasoned reefer who wants to add a relatively self-maintaining tank. It's a nice compact unit that is perfect for a desktop or a small area at home. It is viewable from up to 3 sides depending on placement. It comes with a powerful 3-stage filtration system that includes oversized mechanical foam, chemical or carbon, biological or biomax medium, and a circulation pump with an output nozzle. All of this is conveniently contained within the rear filter compartment. This helps provide more space with the aquarium for fun stuff like fish, rocks for aquascaping, and coral. The all-aluminum waterproof casing is reef capable and comes with a high output 14,000 Kelvin LED light system. The recommended spectrum of light for a reef aquarium is between 10,000 Kelvin and 20,000 Kelvin, so this will work well. It has touch start, day, and night illumination. LED lighting has many benefits such as high efficiency, low cost, they emit zero UV radiation, they run at very low temperatures, and they promote healthy coral growth. Now, this kit does not come with a heater, so you will need to purchase one separately. Since the tank is so small and I live in a warm climate, I went with the Aquatop Pisces. It is 25 watts and has a preset temperature of 78 degrees. The specifications say it is for up to 7 gallons, but again, I live in a warmer climate, so this should suffice. We will see. As I will show you during the setup, this small heater will fit into the rear filter compartment with the pump, so it will be out of view. Next, we have our substrate. Now there are many different options, but I decided to go with Carib Sea Aragalive Reef Sand. This sand has many beneficial qualities over options such as dry sand and gravel. It contains specially selected marine bacteria that helps with the startup and initial cycling of a new aquarium. It buffers for the life of the aquarium, which helps maintain a proper pH of 8.2 without having to constantly add chemicals. The fewer chemicals we put in our aquarium, the healthier our reef will be. It helps eliminate nitrate and supplies calcium, strontium, and carbonate, which helps maintain healthy corals. And lastly, it is super easy. There's no need to rinse it before adding it to the tank. Cut open the bag and dump all the contents in the aquarium. For rock, I chose to go with Carib Sea Shape Rock, which is the bigger one here, and Carib Sea Life Rock, which is the smaller one. I got them at my local fish shop. They usually charge by the pound. I like the character of the bigger shape rock. It has a tunnel going through it, which will be fun for our fishy friends once we get them. There are plenty of little areas for some of our more secretive introverts and fish to hide in it. It has plenty of good spots for coral and will look amazing once we get everything in it. Now with the smaller one, I'll be honest with you. I just picked it out due to size. But when I got it home, I took a look at it and I was pleasantly surprised to find a bunch of these little tunnels. Again, this will be perfect for some of our fishy additions later. And now for tank starter. I went with Microbacter Start XLM. This was recommended to me by my local fish shop. It is a nitrifying bioculture and is specifically formulated to rapidly establish biological filtration in new aquarium setups. The directions call for it to be used in tandem with Microbacter Quick Cycle when doing a fishless cycle, but I spoke with my local fish shop and they said it's not necessary. I guess we'll find out. This is exactly why we're making these videos. Let us do the trial and error so you don't have to. For water, I'm lucky enough to have a local fish shop that sells RODI, or reverse osmosis deionized water, and also pre-mixed salt water, which is the same water they use for their aquariums. RODI is only about 70 cents per gallon and premix is about $1.25 a gallon. For water transport, I just went to Walmart, got a 3 6-gallon Igloo jugs. They are not the cheapest option by any means, but they are super sturdy and not extremely heavy when full. Since I got 3, once I'm done with the initial fill, I can fill one with RODI water to use for evaporation and the remaining 2 jugs with premix for weekly water changes. Now technically, that's everything you need to set up the aquarium and get the initial cycle started. But I did get some other items that I want to show you. I got this Nano Flipper Float glass scrubber scraper. I like the fact that it is small and compact. It can be used as a scrubber when you start to get some buildup on the glass, or you can flip it around to the other side and it has a scraper blade for thicker and more pesky deposits. It's not a necessary item for startup, but I know I'll need it soon, so I just went ahead and picked it up. And lastly, we have our water test kits. There are a ton of different kits out there. They all will do the job, but some are easier to use and give more accurate readings. Some of these kits can get expensive, so just find one that fits your budget. To measure salinity, I recommend the Imagitarium Aquatic Refractor. This is the most widely used salinity tester in the hobby. It measures on 2 scales, specific gravity and parts per thousand. This will be the only salinity tester you will ever need. There are quite a few parameters that we will need to test for in our aquariums. Some of them will need to be done more frequently than others. I will be explaining testing frequency in a later video. The parameters we will need to test for at the different times throughout the life of our aquarium are temperature, salinity, pH, ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, alkalinity, calcium, and phosphate. For now, I went with API Marine's Reef Master and Saltwater test kits. The Saltwater Master test kit tests for high range pH, which is essential for our application, ammonia, nitrite, and nitrates. This is the kit that we will be using mostly during the initial tank setup. The Reef Master kit tests for calcium, alkalinity, phosphate, and again, nitrates. This is the kit that we will start to use more once we start adding fish, inverts, and coral. Well, as you can see, I've run out of products to show you. This is not, however, where the series ends. The next video in the series will be the unboxing and physical setup of the aquarium so that we can get the initial cycle started. I will be posting short check-ins showing the testing process throughout the cycle. There's no specific time frame for completing this cycle. It all depends on the parameters we will be testing. Do not rush this process. It happens when it happens. After that, we'll be discussing what kind of fish, inverts, and coral to add to our Nano Reef. Then we will decide which fish to put in first, and I will show you the process for adding your fish. After we have had some fishy friends in there for a couple of weeks or so, we can start to think about what corals we want in our aquarium. Just like fish, certain corals are good for this tank and some aren't. Different corals require different amounts of light and flow. And finally, believe it or not, some corals cannot and should not be placed next to each other. But that is for a later video. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope this has helped you understand a little of what it takes to start your own Nano Reef. I look forward to sharing more content and hearing from all of you. Again, my name is TJ, and it's been a pleasure learning with you today.